Hey guys, Garrett here. You can afford to do it right, or you can afford to do it twice. That's something that came to mind last night. I was awake at midnight last night, not because I'm partying or having a great time, but because my daughter, Sloan, 4 weeks old, she's awake. And she is fighting against the swaddle that I put on her not 2 hours before. And she's like a ninja. She can get her arm out of any sort of thing. Harry Houdini would be proud of the way that Sloan can fight out of a swaddle. So I'm up at midnight. I got a few hours of sleep, but my sleep deprivation had kind of built up over a few days. And so waking up to a crying baby is never fun, but especially when you're feeling like, oh man, again. So I go grab Sloan out of her crib and I set her down on our bed so that I can fix the swaddle. Now, it's midnight and it's dark in our room, and I'm like, I don't really want to wake myself up. I listen to Andrew Huberman, so I don't want to have any light right now. It'll wake me up. Maybe it'll wake Sloan up and make it harder for her to fall asleep. So I'm trying to do this in the dark, and pretending that I have night vision, I'm rewrapping Sloan, but she's fighting me the whole time. She's just like wrestling her arms around it. It's difficult to get her into the swaddle, and I'm just like, whatever. I'll just like quick wrap her, throw her back in, gently set her back in the crib, shush her a little bit, and she starts to lay down. I go back into our room, and not 5 minutes later, Sloan starts crying again. And I look at the monitor. She's got both of her arms out. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I go back in, and I don't even bother taking her out of the crib. I just kind of like quickly unwrap, and then I rewrap her, try to really make it tight, nice and snug so she feels secure. Shush her, leave the room, and I haven't even shut the door yet. And she's crying and already has an arm out. So it's at this point that I take a deep breath, and I'm like, okay, I'm really rushing through this. I've been trying to get this done so that I can just go to sleep. Maybe what's more important is that I do this one time, right, nice and snug, so that Sloan can feel secure and that she can go to sleep, and then I don't have to do this every 30 minutes all night. So I pick Sloan up, walk her over to our bedroom, turn on a lamp so I can see in the light, lay her out of the bed, set out the swaddles perfectly flat, and then I wrap Sloan, taking the time to make sure that it's very tight and secure and snug, and Sloan starts to calm down. She's just looking at me with those beautiful eyes, and I'm like, okay, I know that I've done it right. And then I walk her over to the crib, set her down, and she passes out right away. And then I get a few more hours of sleep. Actually, I think that night she slept 5 hours straight after that. So we're very blessed that Sloan is a good sleeper. But it goes to show you that the ways in which I was trying to save time by cutting corners or just doing it quick and dirty to just get Sloan back down, it doesn't help. It's something that I see in other areas of my life. I'm not saying that everything that I do or you do needs to be something that you put a ton of attention or detail in, but there are a few things that you can either do right the first time, or it's going to come undone, and then you're gonna have to redo it. So what are the areas in your life that you've identified that you're cutting corners where maybe you shouldn't? You should just take the time to do it right. It might take a little longer, a little bit more attention at first, but in the end, it ends up saving you more time and heartache. So I hope that y'all can take a lesson from this. I hope that you have a great week. Thanks.